Hey folks, good morning. I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and I'm driving to the courthouse this morning. And I found recently, I've gotten some phone calls from potential clients. And as many of you know, I handle criminal defense and personal injury cases. Criminal defense I've been doing for many years, and personal injury I've been doing it on and off since I guess about 2013 maybe. What I found in the last several years dealing with criminal defense cases are just more and more difficult people. I guess that's the only way to say it. I want to help people. I'm here to help people. But sometimes, you know, there's not a connection. There's not a you just see it. So I'll explain a little further. So, wow, nothing like coming on the other side of the road and almost smashing into me. But I've been getting calls, and sometimes you get a call and the person is very talkative, and that's understood, right? Because they've been arrested, charged with a crime, and they're going through something. Sometimes they're emotional, sometimes they're angry, but most people will kind of make sure that they distinguish, like as they're telling the story, they don't sound like they're angry at you, right? So I've had a few of those, potential callers lately, and I had one just recently. Called me, and early morning on the way to court kind of thing, and just very aggressive, just very upset, which again I understand, but it's not normal the first time you have a conversation with someone that you're seeking help from to act arrogant, be abrasive. It's just not normal. And I've taken on some of those cases in the past. And usually, as hard as I try, there's difficulties. And maybe the difficulties are on my side, because if I'm attacked, if I'm blamed, if I'm accused, if I'm spoken to in a tone that suggests that you're about to throw a punch, I have a problem with that. We all can have tone on certain days, and we can all have bad days, and we can all make the mistake of not treating another person with respect. I'm someone who's probably done that, and when I have done that, I shouldn't say probably done it, I have done that. I've, had a bad day and maybe, came across as a jerk. But quick to apologize, quick to say, hey, I apologize. I shouldn't have given you attitude or acted aggressive, or, that kind of thing. This particular potential client that called was just difficult. Just difficult. Right from the very first thing, if you got a problem with the way I talk, then you don't got to take the case. And I'm just going, yeah, I got a problem, but I don't even want to say I have a problem, because I just want to move on. It's just one of those things that you don't want to get involved with. And some people may watch this and say, oh, you know what, there could be mental illness and you should be sympathetic. And listen, I handle a lot of mental health cases, and I am sympathetic. But if someone is mentally ill and they stab you, it's kind of difficult to have the big smile on. And I'm not saying anyone's stabbing me or attacking me, but I mean verbally, and I'm just using that as an example. It's difficult when people are extremely difficult. When someone's suffering from mental illness, you try to get them help. You try to get them guidance. You try to get them into mental health court so they can get treatment, evaluated, and medication. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I mean, there could be something, I guess, with the gentleman that called me that was just super aggressive. I had a similar case, I don't know, I guess a year or so ago, and it was I don't remember what the charge was, but the person came in and they were, again, aggressive, just aggressive in nature, but like they were very aggressive on the phone and kind of aggressive with my receptionist. And when they came in, they seemed to show some kindness and some remorse. Hey, I'm just going through a tough time. And I can understand that. I can understand you going through a tough time, and I'm sympathetic and I'm empathetic. But you got to realize it's not the world against you. You may have a problem with an officer. You may have a problem with, whoever's charging you with the crime. It could be a family member. It could be a domestic. It could be, I don't know. It could be angry at yourself. If you're drinking too much and maybe you've gotten a DUI or you've had a public intoxication or something like that, right? I understand that. So I always give the person an opportunity to talk. I just let them vent. Part of my job is being a counselor, listening to other people. So it's important to do so. But more and more frequently over the last, over the last 10 years, I've just seen more. I've seen people come into my office that are not sorry for what they did, and I've had them tell me that they've done it, but there's no remorse. I've had people that are just angry, and it's like almost like throwing a check down on my desk sort of thing and going, I paid you to win, now go win, that kind of thing. And I'll never forget that guy. Case many years ago, crashed into another person and seriously harmed them, changed their life. And I remember the guy just throwing the money down, and I go, hey man, you're not paying me to win. You're paying me to do the best that I can do, and I'll do that. But it's important to recognize the victim, right? Remorse goes a far way in our court system. So I don't know. I guess I'm rambling as I go on my way to court this morning. But I found these aggressive clients. I started to say the guy a year ago just was aggressive, then apologetic, then aggressive again, then apologetic, almost like a bipolar disorder. Angry at family, angry at the system, angry at his attorney, angry at the world. And listen, I'm sure we all feel that way at some time, but you got to let it go, folks, right? Built up anger is going to harm you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to change your day, and it can very well affect other people's days. I know my day has been affected many a times when I've had an angry client that just upset, even if that person's wrong, right? Even if I have a client that I go, there's just no logic in what he or she says, but they're rude and they're obnoxious and they're angry and they're like, whatever it is, it does. It affects your day. And I like to say that, hey, it doesn't, but if I'm being honest, it does. And I've noticed it. So what I've done is I've kind of made a pledge to myself. I've made a pledge to the man upstairs. I'm thankful for all of the blessings that he's given me. I'm happy I have a roof. I'm happy that I have, my stomach is full, that I have a good family. I'm healthy, that I get to breathe the air, that I get to drive a car. There's so many things to be grateful for, and I never want to come across as not appreciative, but I found that there are just cases that I have to turn away because the personality of the individual, or the aggression of the person, or the tone of the person kind of just affects me. And if I'm affected in a negative way, not only could it harm their case, but it could harm other cases that I have. So I truly believe communication and having a solid relationship with your client goes a far way. And I'm kind of telling you things that are Captain Obvious, but maybe they're not, because I hear a lot of stories about people who are not happy with their attorney, or the attorney's not happy with the client, and rather than complain about it, look, you either talk it out and get it figured out, or you withdraw from the case. Or what I'm explaining is, if I get that feeling from the beginning, it doesn't matter how great a case it is, doesn't matter how much money I'm being paid. Sanity, having a good day, every day is more important than any financial gift that that I can be blessed with. Anyone that comes into my office and throws down a check for 10, 20, 50, whatever it may be, thousands of dollars, it's just important to me to have a better balance. Of course, you're going to have issues. You're going to have struggles. Life's a struggle, right? God doesn't guarantee us that we're not going to have struggles. Just guarantees us salvation if we believe in Him. And I know I'm going to have struggles. I know I'm going to have difficulties. I know I can't win every case. I know I can't help every person, but I'm gonna try. Every client that comes in, I'm going to try. But it's important that I acknowledge that there are just cases that I can't take. So I guess it's a video about cases I can't take. So I'm attorney Roger P. Foley. I'm just sharing sort of my day-to-day thoughts as I drive. It's not really a legal issue today. All right. Thanks for listening. Subscribe.